Hey guys, BrickWizard59 here and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm super excited to bring you episode 2 of Building Cloud City in LEGO. Now, first off, before we get started, just want to let you know, episode 1 was released 2 weeks ago and it has over 1.4 thousand views, so that is really awesome. I'm so glad that you guys like this series, and in this episode we're going to get right into the building. So you can see I got a nice big package here in front of me, and this is going to be parts for the landing pad. So we're going to go ahead, build a landing pad. Hopefully by the end of the segment we can get the landing pad pretty much completed. Now again, let's see how that goes, but my goal is by the end of the segment to get the landing pad completed. And not only that, but we're also going to be working on some awesome custom minifigure work. So Cloud City Lando, as I said in the last segment, is a very expensive figure. Don't really want to buy him, so we're going to go ahead and make a custom version of him. So I'll kind of take you through my custom minifigure making process as well in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and take a look at this nice big package from Bricklink. Alright, so here we have a look at the package. Again, it was $50, as I'll open it up here. But again, this was a pretty expensive package, definitely not cheap, had a lot of bricks in it. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what's inside. As I open it up here, nice big bag of parts. Again, inside though, we got all the main parts here, a lot of different bricks, a lot of different pieces in here, as I'll lay it all out here. And again, the big one here being that there are a lot of 2x4s there. And then just a variety of different other bricks. So you could see we got some 2x4s, again 2x2s, 2x6s, and then a couple of other slopes, as you could see here, 1x2s. Again, just a lot of different parts. And then we got a couple of Ugnaughts. Those are really cool for the mock. And then a few parts which you'll see in episode 3 for the interior of Cloud City. And then just a few other parts. These are actually for another project which you'll not be seeing in this video. And then we just got a few other headlight bricks, as you can see here. Those are going to be for the landing pad. But anyways, there you go. So those are a look at all the parts. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do a time lapse of the landing pad build. And I got all my parts laid out. And now let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I just got all my parts laid out, got the LED file open. So let's go ahead and get into the time lapse right now. Alright, so half of the landing pad is built. And right off the bat I can see it is quite a bit smaller compared to what I thought it was. Again, you can see the twin pod cloud car. But anyways, this is how it looks in LED, a lot larger. As you can see with the minifigure right next to it. But again, if we look at the build I have here, and it's quite a bit smaller, so that's a bit disappointing. Again, I thought it'd be a lot larger. This is definitely not going to be fitting a Slave 1, as it can barely fit the twin pod cloud car. So I'm going to have to go ahead, probably do a bit more work. I'll see if I can extend it a bit, do a bit of a prototype for that, and then I'll go ahead and get back to you. Alright, so here's a quick look at the Slave 1 on the landing pad. And yeah, you can see it really does not fit. It's way too large. You can see it doesn't really even fit on the landing pad. It just does not look great, which is kind of disappointing. Again, I'm going to have to remake it. First I was thinking, should I leave it as a small version, but I really want to fit at least the Slave 1 on the landing pad. So I'm going to tear this down, even though it looks really good with the curves. I'm going to go ahead and tear it down and just go ahead and make a better prototype version. So I'll get back to you in a bit. Alright, so here's a look at my new version, much larger. You can kind of see there's a look at the old one, and this one's almost as large, and it's only a quarter of the circle. So that kind of shows it's a lot better, and you can kind of see a better look at it here. I just extended the circular kind of section outward, and I think actually it looks really good. Again, you can see a look. I love the curves on the previous one, but again, here's a look at it, trying to cover up the circular part, or the undone part, but you can kind of see there's a look at how it would look if it was just completed. Again, the only problem is parts. As you could see, in terms of parts, those are the only parts I have left, and there's a few over there. So for the most part, I'm out of 2x4 bricks, which really does suck. But again, here's a look at it, kind of compared to it. So it looks pretty good, but I'll have to work on it some more. Alright, so here's a look at the landing pad now. I ended up working on it some more, and I've built half of the larger version of the landing pad. So again, here's a better look at it. It does fit the slave one, which is really, really good. And again, I've only built half of it, as you could see here. I still have to build the other half, which I'll do in a bit. Again, there'll be a small section in the bottom also. But again, basically there's going to be about 6 or so 8 bricks here in the front. This will kind of be like directly in the center, and then I'll kind of have the other half of the landing pad after that. So it's going to really fit the slave one nicely. Again, as I move these out of the way, you can kind of get a better look at the piece just by itself. And again, I think it looks great. It looks really, really good. You can kind of see a look at the curves. While I like the other one a lot, this one actually does look pretty awesome as well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm sadly out of parts. Like pretty much most 2x4s and 2x bricks that I ordered, I'm out of. So I'm going to go through, see if I can find a few more parts, and I'll get back to you after that. Alright, so I ended up continuing to work on it for the last few hours, just been looking for parts, and I was able to get the landing pad complete, which is super crazy. I actually had a lot of 2x3s and 1x3 bricks, so for a quarter of the builds, about this quarter here, I actually had to cheat a bit and use a few 1x3 bricks, as I was out of all my pretty much 2x whatever bricks for the most part, so that's what I had to do. But I got the landing pad complete, and it looks great. So this is definitely what I truly imagined the landing pad to be when I first done the LDD file. Again, the LDD file just made it look a lot larger than it was, even when I had a minifigure next to it. For some reason, it just looked larger. So this is how it is. Okay, now the one thing you might be thinking, or at least I find a bit kind of odd, is this part here. It's a little weird here in the front where the tiles are. So I might either cut off, like remove 2 of these brick pieces and just make it smooth. I'll see, but I think, again, for now it's pretty good. I didn't end up connecting the 2 together. Now, if you're wondering, what about the middle stripe? That I was originally going to do is use these pieces, but what happens is when you actually put it on a 2x whatever brick, you could see there's a little indent, and you can't actually fit a brick on top. So there goes my idea of what I wanted to do. I could just use the regular bricks here, but the only problem with those is if you attach a brick on top, you can kind of see is it sticks out just a little bit, which again I kind of don't want, so I'm just gonna for now leave it smooth. Now yes, if you're wondering what can it fit, it could fit the slave one, and it's actually huge. You could see it fits it perfectly. I'll take it off so you can kind of get a better look, but you could see it fits the slave one very, very well. This is definitely a lot more to scale. And I know some of you are wondering, even though I said it earlier, can it fit the Falcon? And the answer is yes, it can. But it's a little bit too big, I guess. So here's how it fits the Falcon. So it fits it quite nicely. You could see the 4 legs fit on nicely, but just overall it's way too large for the landing pad. So I'm not going to add the Falcon. I'll just go ahead, and stick with the slave one. Alright, so there you go. There's again one last look at the landing pad. I got a nice little scene going. And now we're going to go ahead and work on making a custom LEGO Cloud City Lando. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off. So I got a cool torso. This is the torso color of Lando. So now we got that. We have a decal, which I showed you in last segment. So what we're going to do is print that out on this custom sticker paper. So it's like a clear sticker paper. I got it from Joanne Arts and Fabrics. You can see it already printed stuff out from last time. But basically the way this works is if you look at a printer, most printers cannot print white text or anything white. So anything that's white is actually printed clear, but on a regular paper, the reason of course it looks white is because the paper itself is white. When you print out this, so this was a Nerf logo with a white background, if you peel it off here, because again the printer cannot print white, so it ends up basically printing it clear. So as you remove it here, so you can get a look at it, but when you actually then remove it, you can kind of see how it looks, where it's clear. And this is really nice because then you can actually paste it on the torso, and the color of the torso will come in the background. So therefore, that's what we're going to do. Print out the decal on this paper and then put it on this torso. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I have all the parts needed to make Lendo. Again, the head, hair, legs, and then the torso, which I removed the arms of. So here are the decals I printed, and we're going to go ahead and pop them on the torso. So first I'll go ahead and do the front section, the front side, as we remove it here. And you can kind of get a look at how it looks. Again, here is the decal, so you can see it's clear, and I'm going to go ahead and pop it on to the torso. Alright, so there you go. You can kind of have a look at it. I'm going to get some scissors and quickly trim out the outsides, and I'll get back to you. Alright, so here is a look at the torso. Now again, I'll give you a nice look at it here, and it looks awesome. Again, here's a good look at it. It literally looks like it's just printed on. So it's super awesome. I'm going to go ahead and attach the legs on, the head, and the hair. I had a gray cape, but I'm unable to find it. So for now, we're just going to go like this. But again, here is a look at Lando. Now again, we got to make him not get too much light, but there you go. So I think he looks terrific. Here's the back side. Again, looks really, really awesome. But we'll go ahead and add him to the landing pad. And that's going to do it for this segment. Alright, but anyways, there you go. So there is a look at episode 2 of Building Cloud City in Lego. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, basically we made the landing pad, ran into a few troubles, fixed those problems, and this is the finalized version of the landing pad, and I think it looks terrific. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Stay tuned for episode 3, which will be coming out again in 2 weeks, so not next week, with the week after. And it'll also probably actually have a Friday or Saturday release date. And again, as I said in that episode, what we're going to do is just work on some of the interior prototyping. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming very soon. If you're excited for the series, a thumbs up would be great. Do not forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos coming very soon. So, this is Wizard 59, and I'll see you all next time.